everyone, welcome to Southern Wreaths. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and share my video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute Scarecrow fall wreath. These are the supplies I'm going to use to make this wreath. I'm just going to do a jute base, just a poof, just a simple poof method. This mesh comes from Joann's. They had a store near me closed, so this was marked down to I think 75% off. I'm going to use a 14-inch base. I have more pipe cleaners than usual because I'm going to use some to add my Scarecrow on, and I'm also going to do more pipe cleaners on the actual wreath. These two ribbons are going to be used throughout the wreath, and then these two I'm going to add in for the bow. I don't have enough to do a lot of this guy, but I just think he's so cute and he, matches these colors so well. These two I got at Old Time Pottery. This I got, I think it was just in someone got rid of their stash and it just happened to be in there. And this is from Craft Outlet. This little guy is from Old Time Pottery as well. Since I'm only doing the poof method, I want the poofs to be closer together. So I'm going to put a pipe cleaner every 3 inches. So I'm just picking a crossbar to start like I always do. My main goal is to have even amounts of pipe cleaners. But now that I'm looking at how big he is and how I want to add a bow, I may not add a ton of ribbon throughout, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to use this to measure. So 1, 2, 3, that's 3 inches. So I'm going to add my next one here. That might be a little too close. Let me try 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 4 inches. So every 4 inches. We'll see how that goes. You can add your pipe cleaners any way that you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just definitely want a few more than normal because I'm only doing the poof base. If I was adding ruffles, I wouldn't worry with it. I ended up with 8 on the inside. I didn't realize when I started, but this frame is actually broken right here. That happens sometimes with Dollar Tree items. I'm going to still use it because I can squeeze it together here. But just check your wreaths if that bothers you. So I had 8 on the inside, so let's see how many I get on the outside. I'm going to do the exact same thing where I start at 1 crossbar and then I'm going to count over to 4. So I'll let you know how many I end up with in all. I have 10 on the outside, 8 on the inside, so a total of 18. Everything lined up except for right here is just about ½ an inch longer. So it's about 4.5 inches, but just on this one. And once I add the poofs, I don't think it's going to make a big difference. So now I'm going to add my mesh. I'm going to use a fresh roll to start. Normally I say you can use half a roll for like 2 wreaths. You could use 1 roll for 2 wreaths, so half and half. But since I'm doing more, I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, so I didn't want to take the chance of using half a roll. So I'm just starting with a fresh roll. I'm just going to try to gather it to where it looks nice. I'm going to attach it to my frame at the crossbar where a pipe cleaner is attached to the crossbar. And I'm going to use the zip tie. I like the zip tie because it keeps it from moving. And I like to do it at a crossbar because it keeps it from moving. It keeps it from sliding back and forth, which can be aggravating. Just going to trim it away and then trim away my mesh. I'm only going to make 10-inch poofs, but you could make 12 if you want. And I'm just going to line up my pipe cleaner at the 10, pull out to 0, squeeze tightly, and add it into my pipe cleaner. And I'm going to twist 1.5 times. I'm not sure if I'm going to add ribbon in yet, but if I don't, I'll go back through and finish twisting everything. I'm going to open my pipe cleaners because that will make life a little bit easier. Here, I'll show you again. Start at the 10 and I just line my pipe cleaner that's attached here at the 10. Pull it out, squeeze, and attach. And then you can fluff at the end if you want. I just kind of fluff as I go. Alright, I'm going to finish adding poofs to the outside. Once I go around and do the whole outside, I'm gonna pull the mesh into the center, just to the closest pipe cleaner. And then I'm just gonna continue making my poofs all the way around. And I'm still doing the 10-inch poofs. When I get to my last poof, I'm gonna open this first pipe cleaner that I used to pull the mesh into the center. And that's where I'm gonna add my poof, just right on top of the mesh that's already there. And then use the pipe cleaner to attach it. And poof my last poof. Alright, now I'm going to trim the rest of the mesh away. And then I like to push it through to the back, just go in between the poofs, pull it through, and attach it with a zip tie. And since this isn't as even as my others, it doesn't line up exactly the same, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't make a difference where it begins and ends. I'm going to push the zip tie to the front because I don't want anything sharp sticking out of the back. These I'm probably going to end up having to put something over them, like a dab of hot glue or something. Finding a way to attach them. So this is what my wreath looks like with just the poofs. He is a big guy. I can just add him and have the ribbons going around. I really did want to add a bow though. So if I put him to the side, I can add a bow. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. I'm going to go ahead and make my bow, and that way I'll see if I want to add ribbon to the actual wreath. So I finished my bow. I'm going to add the tails on now. You could add them as you're making it if you want. I'm trying to get that to stay down like that. I think I want to do it like this with the tails hanging down and have this little guy over here, or big guy over here. And I think I'm going to add a few ribbons where you can see the mesh. I don't know yet, but I'm going to go ahead and make some tails for this. I've cut all of the ribbon at, it's about 21 inches. And I definitely want the Scarecrow ribbon in the front, since it's all I have of it. But I am going to cut it in half because I want the Scarecrows all facing the same way. So this way, they're all facing down. Kind of find the middle. Then just pinch it, then add these. And you want to kind of overlap them so that they'll go into the pipe cleaner. And I just use the pipe cleaner that I have here on the bow to attach my tails. So I'm just going to turn it like that. And twist it tightly. Then you'll bend your ribbon down. Since this is wired ribbon, it usually does what you want it to do to a point. Just kind of pull it together. I like to squeeze it at the top like that, just to kind of get it to do what I want it to do. Alright, I'm going to dovetail the ends of my ribbon. Not super severe dovetails, just kind of a shallow one. You can do whatever feels right to you. Every wreath's a little different. You could leave it square if you want, or just do an angle cut. And you could do all this before you add it. Alright, so to add my guy, I'm going to use a couple pipe cleaners and I'm just going to poke holes behind him. So I just kind of pull it together. And then you kind of cut there, cut across from there. You'll just feed it through one and out the other side. You want it to be kind of a thick spot so when you tighten it, it doesn't like rip too much. Every fabric's different. So I'm going to add another one up here. Just feed it through his back. Sorry, I'm stuck on a thread. I'll take the tag off. Alright, I'm going to add him first and then go through and add my bow. I'll add his bottom first. I'm just going to feed it through to the back of the wreath. Just pull it tightly. And then wrap. And then I'll just wrap the excess pipe cleaner around the frame just to get it out of the way. You could trim it away too if you wanted. And then do the same thing for the top. So after I add my scarecrow, I'm going to add the bow. I'm going to do it exactly the same way. I'm just going to feed the bow through to the back and attach it to the frame. Just twist, twist, twist. I'm going to add some ribbon. Just going to wrap it around a few times and go from there. You can add it on the base if you want. I just think so much of it's covered up, I don't want to waste all that ribbon underneath the little guy or the big guy. I'm just dovetailing the ends the same way I did at the end of the bow. Let's add a few and see if we like it. I'm just adding it into the pipe cleaner, twisting 3 times. Then I'm just going to use my fingers this time and just roll it down, but you could use a pipe cleaner or a pen or your finger. And just kind of spread it out. Yeah, I like the way that makes that look. So I'm going to add one under here too. So I'll probably end up going through and cutting several more ribbons. This time I put the plaid on the top. It doesn't make a huge difference, but the way I fluff it just kind of makes the fluffing opposite. But not a huge difference. That one you can't really see. Through and added the ribbon in all the places I wanted to add, and then I went through and twisted all of the spare pipe cleaners. But that's it. That's how I made my fall Scarecrow Wreath. If y'all have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can email me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for watching, and if y'all learned anything today, or if you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.